Hello, motherfuckers, and welcome to my club of Cottontales. I am Cottontale is Moist here on YouTube, and it is Sunday morning, and we're just gonna simply have some, you guessed it, Sunday morning content from yours truly, the Moist Maker. Today we are gonna play some Minecraft. I have been straight up craving Minecraft lately, like, just been thinking about it. Um, I also woke up very early this morning just with a wicked stomach ache, just thinking about all that needs to get done because I didn't get to go look at my new house this weekend. I'm actually doing that next weekend. But the next 2 weeks is just going to be literally me packing up everything that I don't use on a regular basis. Just taking every morning during the week and just packing stuff up outside of my room, and then taking the time, my me time, during the week, Monday through Thursday. I'm not going to do anything during that time, only because I'm not going to have very many me times in the future once I move. So I just want to utilize the time that I do have. And the best way to do that is just, listen to my heart and make content when I feel like it, like right now. It is literally about 8 a.m. here in the beautiful state of Washington. It is the 17th of January, 2021. And 'tis a great day indeed. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings. My main thought right now is that my HBO Max is is due, and I already gave the person money that was supposed to pay for it, and now I'm worried. Like, you can see my face is getting flushed because I'm worried. Am I going to lose out on something? That there's nothing more than I hate than when you plan something and you give a person money, and that money is supposed to get used for certain things, and then it doesn't get used for that. So fucking frustrating. It's literally one of the most annoying things that you can fucking do. Like, if someone gives you money for a certain thing, like, use it for that certain thing. But yeah, I'm like wickedly, like, wickedly worried about that. Because I do believe today is the day that it comes out. I mean, last night I was able to watch a movie on it. I watched Shall We Dance, which was phenomenal. But I can almost guarantee, fuck, I can almost guarantee that it's not going to come out because they even said that they needed to go and put money in the account. So I can, like, what the fuck's going to happen to my HBO Max? I hate it. I hate it so much having to rely on other people for bills. I'm the type of person that I don't spend any money unless all my bills are paid, and I make sure that all of them get paid right away because I'm a stickler like that. Like, I don't want any reason to have an issue, you know? Not everyone has that concept, though. But that's just, one of the many reasons why I can't wait to move. I won't have to worry about that sort of shit. So where it is, this month is just gonna be extra stressful and, attitudes galore. I just have to be mindful and just get through it so then, you know, come February 1st, I'll be in my new house and starting new journey. So, man, I may just have to cancel my HBO Max now that I think of it, because I don't have someone else that I can put their card on it and then give them money. But I don't know if I can rely on. Well, actually, history serves me. I can't rely on them. Let's be honest on that. But yeah, hopefully we actually get some Cottontails to come chill and chat with us this morning. I have no clue. I mean, I never really know how long I'll be making content for, but especially this morning, I have no clue how long this meeting will go. I just felt like chilling, chatting, hanging out in Club Cottontale with some Fortnite, or not Fortnite, some Minecraft in the background. And we will be working on the giant, like you can see some rainbow lines. It's a giant box. We're going to be working on that. My tummy hurts so bad. I think just like the nervousness of everything coming in. And then okay, so to pack, you need boxes, right? My boxes that I had purchased when we moved into this house and I wanted them to go into a safe spot so they could stay nice. Well, they just got thrown into the garage and I'm like 100% sure cats peed on it. I can't use those boxes now. So now there's just a stack of seemingly good boxes that are covered in cat piss that I can't use. All because they didn't get properly put away. There's so many things I just can't wait about moving. I cannot wait. And it's going to be so fucking stressful, especially the 30th. I have no idea what kind of help I'm going to have on the 30th. It's going to be stressful as fuck. And you know what's really fucked up is that I'll probably find out the day beforehand or the day of if I'm gonna have help. And it'll be the sort of thing like the day of, I have a bunch of people helping me and they're like, why are you so stressed out? You got a lot of people here. I'm like, I didn't know you were coming till today. I do not like surprises are okay, but if it's something I'm planning, I don't want surprises. I want everything to be planned and put together and properly done. Most people don't do that though. But no, I do. I feel so fucking nauseous. My tummy is just all in knots, which is, trying to get everything situated, trying to figure out, it's going to be so stressful. And I have physical health problems, so I can't even physically do everything that I want to do. It's going to be so stressful and so rough. But we just have to stay mindful and stick to it and get through it. So, instead of sitting and stewing with my thoughts, we're going to sit and stew with our thoughts here in Club Cottontale. I highly, highly, highly doubt we're going to get anybody to come chill and chat with me. I can almost guarantee that, actually. Alright, let's make sure. Yes, live right motherfucking now. Come say hello, Cottontale's Sunday morning content. The moist maker. Wonderful. Alright. That's all spread to perfection. Let's go ahead and do a Snapchat, because why not? She don't need no lift. Come back and beep beep. I can't take that bitch nowhere. Alright, there we go. That's good. Send that off into Snapchatty land. Because sometimes people don't necessarily get their notification from the YouTubes, and then they'll get a notification on Snapchat, and that will bring them. Or same thing with like Facebook. That's why I always spread the content as far as I'm willing to do. Let's be honest, I'm only spreading it on 2 other platforms, Snapchat and Facebook. And those, just like any platform, it's determined on how many people you add and how you carry yourself, or in some cases promote yourself. For me, I'm not promoting, I'm not doing anything, I'm just being me. If you want to hang out with me, cool. If you don't, cool. I do not care. All I need is me, myself, and I to have some good content. So we have that. We have me, myself, and I. And of course, anyone that might be lurking or watching incognitally, because we don't have any lurkers right now, so they'd definitely be incognitally. Or maybe someone watching this later on has posted content. Who knows? as I mentioned, I don't foresee us getting any Cottontails to come chill with me for this morning meeting. So, that was one thing I did think about getting Jaded Rose loaded, but I didn't. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. The main reason I didn't load her is that I don't fully need it, although I do, because I'm definitely feeling a lot of anxiety. Like, I brought it up to Rainbow's dad about the boxes, and he was just kind of like standoffish. So I'm like, whatever, you know what I mean? It's very clear that, I'm having to do most of this by myself, and it's shitty because I don't want to be doing any of it anyways. When it comes down to brass tacks, I don't want to move. I don't want to do any of this. I have to, because you have to listen to the universe and what it's giving you. And in my case, I can't I can't be here. I can't be here. I should have been gone a long time ago. I've been trying to find a place to move for over a year now. I'm very thankful that it's finally coming to fruition, because it's been a long, long, long time coming. But yeah, just like I hella have to, there's tons of things that I are just decoration. Like, I can get all of that packed up, um, and because I have 2 weeks, 2 weeks I'm moving, so a lot of my stuff has already been packed because it never was unpacked. My closet is full of boxes that are ready to move. There really isn't that much stuff to pack. The kitchen is the main spot that I have some things to pack up. Um, but even then, like, I don't need to necessarily take kitchen stuff because I'm gonna be living in a house with other people. I don't know how that's all gonna work. I don't know if I'm gonna have a cupboard in the kitchen or if I'm gonna have like designated shelves in the fridge. I do not know how that stuff is going to per se happen right now. Um, I do need to get measurements on a lot of things. I'm very stressed. I was looking forward to seeing my new house this weekend, and that didn't happen. So I wasn't able to get measurements or anything like that. And there's a lot of big things like we have an industrial freezer here in our home, and if it can fit in my new house, I'm going to take it with us because that will give extra freezer space. But I don't know if it will fit. I don't even know. It's been so long since I've been to that house that everything I'm thinking of, I'm going off of memory, and it was such a long time ago. I'm so ready. I'm gotta, I'll just can pack up as much as I can and stay mindful and focused this week. This upcoming weekend, the 23rd, is going to be a busy day. I'm going to hashtag therapy, so I have Hosey Posey in the morning. After Hosey Posey, we're going down to Milwaukee to my new home, to get the measurements and stuff that I was going to get this weekend. And then also, I am going to take a few boxes with me. Like, for example, my marijuana stuff that I don't use on a regular basis, but it's really fragile, that's going to go in the car with us. Just any sort of thing that is really small, because, like, I have small boxes that you would pack into a bigger box, but instead of doing that and saving space, I can put it loaded up in the car and take it that way. I know everything will get done, and being that my ex is still going to be living in this house, and on the weekends, he'll pick up his daughter on Saturday and then drop her back off to me on Sunday. If there's anything here that I had to leave behind, he could potentially bring it to me if he's in a good mood. Everything is really depending on if he's in a good mood, and that's something that I can't wait to be away from. I deal with my own brains on if they're going to be in a good mood or not, and I have to be mindful. There is a lot of days where I am just in a really shitty mood and no one knows because I'm being so mindful to not let those feelings come out. People don't realize that when I do talk about my thoughts and feelings and it feels like, or it seems like I'm manic, that day is so rough that it's coming out. I'm not able to be mindful to keep it all in, and sometimes you shouldn't keep it all in. It's really important to get that shit out. That's why this meeting exists. I didn't want to sit and stew in my thoughts. I wanted to kind of play Fortnite, but let's be honest, my hands were not going to do it. I did wear my braces a little bit last night, but I could just tell that my hands are not really having it. So we don't want to do something to exacerbate it. And Fortnite will exacerbate the carpal tunnel a little bit. So I'm gonna come here and do something extra relaxing. We're not building anything extravagant. It's a big thing, but it's not extravagant. It's really just kind of basic. Whereas, obviously, there's some things in this world that are not basic, like the pixel that we're looking at. That thing is not basic, even in the slightest. But I do really hope that we get some people to chill with me, maybe enjoy a wake and bake with me. Even though I've been awake for quite a few hours, I've been awake for like 2 hours. I'm not the type of person that smokes right when I wake up because I don't need it. I am 100% the type of person that only smokes when I need it. And I get a lot of people that come into my channel going, oh, she smokes all the time. Bro, you're watching my channel 2 hours out of my 24-hour day. You have no idea what my life is like. I find it funny when people, they watch like a little tidbit of your life and they think they know all of it. And I find that quite hilarious. Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow Monday morning, I think I'm gonna pack up her stuff first. Like start getting toys separated, toys that are going to be coming to my house, put them aside, and obviously leave a bunch here because we need to have toys here for her, but she's also only going to be here for, you know, from noon to the evening of Saturday and then the morning till about noon on Sunday. She's only going to be here for a 24-hour period, and for 8 hours that time, she's going to be sleeping. So she doesn't need a shit ton of toys here, but she does need a good amount. Obviously, most of her toys and everything will be at her bedroom in my house because that's where she's going to spend 6 days a week. Let's get some music. Also, fuck it. We got 5 minutes to 4:20 somewhere. Might as well wait for that. I like it. Let's see, lurker or person who's not going to talk? I'm going to say lurker because the number popped up for a split second and then disappeared. We always get a lot of lurkers. We don't ever really get people to chat with me. We can hope. Oh, it actually is a person. But let's be honest, out of all the people that were going to pop in, I kind of feel Wheels would potentially be one. But good morning, because it is still morning for you, 9, 10, 11. It's still morning time for 45 minutes. So good morning to you, Wills. Welcome back to Club of Kottontales. How you doing this fine Sunday morning? Hopefully doing well. Indeed, I will be cheersing here in 4 minutes at that 4:20 mark. So let's go ahead and get some bunny rabbit bitches, giving some love in the form of my favorite colors and blowing out some smoke, letting you know that Amber, this cottontail, is preparing a toke. I had a phenomenal weekend. My Saturday was so unbelievably good. It was just really lovely to have that solo date day for myself. But right now, I'm like, my stomach is all in knots. I feel nauseous. I feel anxious. I feel so many things, um, just for the move. But gotta do our best to not think about that. It has been nice that yesterday, you guys, so yesterday was my solo date day, right? It would have been a good day regardless because I was doing everything for myself that day. But for one, you guys, Matthew finally got back to me, and all he said was, hey, which he is young, so that could be just his age, but I straight up said, huh. I was like, all I get is a hey. And he said, sorry. And, we talked for a little bit. Um, I was right. My deep down feeling is that he just had a lot of shit going on, and that's the case. But I'm really thankful that I did hear from him yesterday because it had been a while, and I was like, I even told him, like, I missed him, and my anxiety was through the roof. So I'm very glad that Matthew got back to me yesterday. But I actually, for majority of the day, I was chatting with this person named Andrew. He's actually a person that yesterday was the first day that I started talking with him. And then the day before yesterday, I had a guy named Lucas that said hi to me. So yesterday, I was talking to a Andrew, a Lucas, and a Matthew. And I'm here for it. We're single, we're mingling. The universe is setting us good connections, really good connections, and we just got to see where the vibe goes, Um, I've said it a few times that Matthew, he definitely feels like that would be a more serious relationship, but he's also very young and going off to college, and there's lots of stuff going on there. It's the sort of thing that I see us being connected and being friends, but I don't necessarily see us getting serious for a while. And then Andrew, he's even said that he doesn't really know what he's per se looking for, but he just wants to have fun. Whether that's like chilling and getting some coffee and hanging out fun, or sexy fun. Like he's just looking for fun. So that's that. And then the other person, I don't know. If I'm being 100% honest, and I apologize if Lucas is watching this and he's like, I'm not fake. You feel fake. You feel like a catfish. Um, but at the same time, you don't, because you have been holding really good conversations and asking questions and responding and stuff like that. I guess we'll see, because Lucas wants to meet me. He actually has asked a few times already, which is a little bit of daunting for me because we only just matched and just started talking. And I even told him, I need to chat with you more, vibe more. But he did ask me what I was doing on Monday. He asked me that yesterday, what I was doing on Monday. So I do think there's a chance that I might be setting up a meetup tomorrow. Um, but it's the sort of thing that, I'm preparing myself to be ghosted. I'm preparing myself to go to the park and wait for a person who's never going to show up. Or a person shows up that's not the person that's in the pictures that I was given. We just kind of have to see, we don't know. But cheers, happy 420 summer. It is 8:20 a.m. and this is our first toke of this day. So happy Sunday, Sunday, Sunday from me to you, and cheers to all of my motherfucking cottontails. Mindfulness is the key. Anything that's meant to be will happen, and everything happens for a reason. I will say this. Let's say I set this meetup up, and I'm sitting at the park and I hear a person go, Amber. And I turn around, and Lucas is actually Lucas, the person that's in the pictures. I will be flabbergasted. I imagine that I'll probably just go, I imagine it will read on my face just my astonishment. And I for surely will tell him, because I'm very blunt and honest, so I'll tell him, I'm surprised that you're you. um, and I think there's always that kind of fear. Even some of the people that I met with, where I was pretty sure they weren't a catfish, and they weren't. I've yet to be catfished. If I've been catfished, I didn't know about it. I have not set up a meetup with someone and a different person showed up. That has not happened to me. I have set up meetups and been ditched. The person never showed up. Oh, that hit was booty. Gross. Gross. Booty hits are the worst. Um, but let's just say if we do set up that meetup tomorrow, and Lucas shows up and it's this guy that I think that it's gonna be. he's gorgeous, and he loves my lumps, and I just like I'm a bit taken back by it, you know? There's definitely a lot of things contributing to me thinking that it could be a catfish. My own insecurities and thoughts and feelings of, meeting people, strangers online. I feel like it is a normal trait to feel anxious and slightly worried that the person you're about to meet isn't going to be the person you meet, or that they're using an old picture. I had that happen. I had paired with a guy, and I was thinking, oh, he's cute in his picture and everything. He used a picture that was younger. He used a picture of himself from like 10 years ago. And so when he sent me a picture of him now, it just wasn't the same person. It was like he was about 50 pounds heavier, which is no big deal. Weight isn't an issue, but you're not presenting yourself in a proper way. If you're going to make a dating profile, please use pictures that are within a 5-year span. Unless you change your aesthetic a lot, then you need to have it be within the first year or even a couple months. All of the pictures, aside from my main picture, because, well, the picture that you're looking at right now that I made a 100 by 100 pixel of it, that picture is my social media picture. Any profile or thing will have that picture. I've yet to come across fake ones, but I'm sure they exist. But I don't use any other picture. So I've had people show me a profile. They're like, is this you? I'm like, look at the picture. They're like, yeah, that's you. I'm like, yeah, stolen picture. I'm like, I wouldn't even use that as my profile pic. um, but yeah, on my dating apps, it's the same thing, especially Tinder. You pair that one with your Facebook, especially if you're like me. I'm verified on Tinder. When you come across my Tinder profile, you know that it's me. I'm verified. I have very accurate pictures. um any whoosies. So I don't even remember where I was going with this thought. My brain is like all over the place because we're just like oh, that's what I was gonna say. Is my YouTube picture? That's where I was going with that. Aside from that picture, which was taken in 2016, which, let's be honest, I still look very similar to that, and it was 4 years ago. All of my pictures were taken within the last year. I do have some pictures on there where I'm blonde. Those were definitely last year. But I love myself with blonde hair, and I do tend to go back to blonde quite often. But I my hair evolution is constant, so it's really important that I have pictures that put all of my different hair. Um, and keeping updated ones. It's really important that you have updated pictures on your profile. Unless you're trying to catfish. No. So, like, I don't even know. I don't even know. I guess we'll just have to see when, Lucas sends me a message today. If he does, we'll have to see what he says about, tomorrow or whatever. Um, it's interesting. I'm very thankful. Cheers, belated 420 somewhere. Hell yeah, man. Cheers to a belated 420. But I will say, I am very, very thankful for the current consistent interactions and making connections. Two of the people, we've already video chat with Matthew, and Andrew has a verified account, and since I am verified myself, I know what that entails. And essentially, the way that you get verified, at least with Tinder, is it has you take pictures in a certain way. Um, and that's how they verify that you're you. Yay, I'm glad. I'm glad that one was much better. I wonder how I get verified on Woo Plus. But no, one thing I am glad is I utilized my mindfulness, especially during that time where, Matthew was having just really roughness in his life, so he couldn't, tend to any other sort of thing. Um, Fuck, where were we going with it, brain? Well, I'm not entirely sure what exactly I was going to say, but I know it was along the lines of just being very thankful for consistent connections, and that's what it was. Especially during that time of when we weren't talking, we hadn't heard from Matthew. I used my mindfulness immensely. And I found that as soon as I wasn't feeling so extremely sad and stuff like that, I was being very mindful to get myself back to a good, normal place. That's when I had the other connections pop up. And that's how life is, when you are loving yourself and living your life, just living your life and flowing with it and let other people's lives flow too, that's when everything flows the best and you get everything you could want, need, and desire. When you try to force something, that's when you get fuckery. Or when you avoid red flags or things like that. Um, because I have 3 people that I'm talking to right now, and that's definitely the max. That's like, I won't be getting on my Tinder or Woo Plus anytime soon to do any swiping, which I haven't really done since we made a connection with Matthew. The other people, they said hi to me, so because those were like, yeah, no. Gosh, I think I might have swiped like once or twice in the last week, and that's how we made those matches mainly. I don't know. Everything happens for a reason, so I'm just flowing with life. Not much else I can do. I did think about getting a new controller because you see how it's moving. My poor controller, it's still good. It still does play and do things, but it is rough McGruff. I definitely plan on getting my purple controller. That's something is I'm not going to replace this one. I It's almost kind of fitting that the clear controller is kind of messed up a little bit because back in the day, like this like takes me back to like hella nostalgia of like playing the Nintendo 64 with my clear purple controller. Um, Excuse me. But I want to get the purple one. One, because we need a new controller. Two, I'd been wanting a purple controller, and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and then I finally bought a new controller because I really needed one. Like, my old controller was way worse than this. I needed a new controller. And, like, my old controller is now up. If it works, it doesn't work well, but it's just a controller that Rainbow plays with. But anywhoosies, being that we now need a new controller, instead of getting another clear one, I want to get a purple one finally. But I also am going to like that because one thing about these clear ones is you can see the dust that accumulates under. So there's like, you can't really tell because it is dust, but there's stuff underneath here, and it just grosses me out. And it's because it's clear, I can see it. And I mean, I could see myself eventually maybe taking apart my controller. I took apart my PlayStation 4 and dusted that. A controller would be way less difficult, and I would definitely watch a video same way that I'd watch with the PlayStation 4. I do think sometime in the future, and this will be like 2 years from now, I plan on deep cleaning my PlayStation 4, reopening it, and taking out the I think it was the disk drive, but there was something that we would it was the motherboard. We to get to the fan, you have to take the motherboard out, and I didn't want to do that because that's when you can get more complications. But in like 2 years, we'll reopen my PlayStation 4 and deep clean it. You know, take out the motherboard and clean the actual fans. That's one thing is I didn't clean the fans. Like you could kind of see them, and I did a little bit of like cleaning, like got there in there with a Q-tip and such. But I didn't, have full access to the fan where I could 100% clean it off and the surrounding areas. Um, so every so often my PlayStation does still make a loud noise. Not like super loud, nothing like it was before we opened it up the first time and dusted her out. But it definitely does make a noise. Like, right now I can't even hear her, but every so often. So that's why in a couple years we'll do that, and if something goes wrong, we'll just buy the PlayStation 5 at that point. Um, you know, because like 2, 3 years when I decide to, reopen my PlayStation 4 and, God, okay, this controller definitely needs to be replaced. Like, I haven't played Minecraft in a while, but this is also, like, it just keeps doing that. It's like a shopping cart that has a wily wheel. That's exactly what my controller feels like. It's a cart with a wobbly wheel. It works, but you're annoyed by it. It's especially annoying, actually, I notice it more here in Minecraft, but in Fortnite, it's rather annoying when I'm trying to aim or build or do something, and it starts to get wonky on me, and I have to overcompensate for it, and we can't do that because we have carpal tunnel. Like, literally, this is starting to exacerbate my carpal tunnel a little bit, so we're just going to stare at a silhouette of Ariel, which, that's something I'm a little sad by, is once this box of our rainbow enclosure, really. Once the rainbow enclosure is done, it'll be difficult to see certain pixels over here. Like, let's go down real quick. Okay, maybe it's not that too bad. These ones, like I was thinking about Rainbow Dash there, but even at the furthest I can go back right here, you can tell she's Rainbow Dash, but she definitely, it's the sort of thing that with, I'm trying to think of a way to word it, because you see how this one's a really defined 2D pixel, and this one's a bit more rough? With these ones that are a bit more rough, like my face one too, you have, the further back you get, the more it looks like the image that it is. That's how a pixelation works, is you get up close and you have no idea what it is, and then you step back and you're like, oh shit, that's what it is. But pixel have become more refined and flat versus being more mosaic like this Rainbow Dash. But now that I'm thinking of it, it'll probably be fine, especially with Rainbow Dash, because we'll have this rainbow wall next to it. And now that I come back, yeah, that's nice. But I guess I should, for anyone that didn't see me start making this, because November? October? I don't know. A couple months ago is when we started this rainbow enclosure. So for anyone who doesn't know, I have been single, officially single, since November 1st of 2019. From July 20th, 2019 to October 31st, 2019, I was separated for the second time from my husband. And all of this stuff is stuff that was created during our relationship. Things that I created to represent us and the love. Love. I was the only one giving love. But anywho's, it represented our relationship. And instead of destroying it, instead of getting rid of all of this immense hard work that I've done over the years, controller, I fucking hate you. I really should have bought a new controller this weekend. Instead of just destroying all of that, especially that big ass pixel, that thing, that was not on the list of fun things to do. But it was amazing when I made it. Everything in there I made with a purpose and heartfelt feelings, even though everything represented on that side, they didn't mean it, doesn't mean that I should destroy it. You know, having animosity towards things just makes you hateful and just makes you sad. And for me, I already a long time ago had developed the feeling and concept that all of that gave me my rainbow. So we're encapsulating it in a giant rainbow box to simply represent that everything in there existed to make my rainbow. And there's stuff in there that represents her. We have Blue Bear with the binky that represented the very first time that I had become pregnant with Rain, and we had that ended in a miscarriage. And then when I got pregnant again, November November 9th, November 8th, 2017 is when I had peed on another stick, and it was my second time peeing on a stick and having it be positive. That was Rainbow, and we made this to represent her. And when we made this, we didn't know if it was a boy, a girl, or whatnots. And you guys didn't even know. I was very cryptic about it. Like, when we made this pixel, I was super up close the whole time. Like, I never got back too far from it. So you never got to see it in its entirety until I was done, and I stepped back, and I didn't say anything, but, I mean, it was pretty obvious because it was a giant binky. It's like, why would she make a giant binky with Blue Bear on it? But, I mean, there's a lot of beautifulness in here, and I don't want to destroy that, but I also look at it, and it just... it gives me a horrible feeling in my body. So I don't want that when I want to come here and make pixels, I don't want to constantly see this stuff and feel bleh. So we're making a beautiful giant rainbow box. For anyone that was here when we first started doing the box, you know that the design actually has slightly changed. Wheels was here when we were doing the design where it was in the middle. Oh, I did so much work for it to just end up being lines, but sometimes you shouldn't overcomplicate the situation. What up, Jelly? Thank you. I love all my pixel artwork that I've done. I love my Pokemons. That's something I hella want to get back into. Like, we need to get number 10? Fuck. 12? I want to say maybe he's 10 or he's 10. So he would be 11 or 12, but let's just... 9! Fuck! See, that's what I was... Originally, I was going to say 9, but then I was looking at them, I'm like, that looks like more than 9. But they're just so fucking big, so 9. Yeah, we'll be moving on to the 10th one, which I'm pretty sure was either Weedle into the B one, or it was Caterpie into Kakuna into Butterfree. It was either that one or the more intense one. Beedrill, that's what his name is. I love Pokemons. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. One day we'll get back to that, but I need to rest my hands. That carpal tunnel be hitting wrong. So let's just stare at my beautimous face. One of these times after we're done, and that's a huge thing, like I want to get in here and fix some pixels. Like, so back when I made this Jessica Rabbit, we had a different color scheme. There's been updates. So my texture pack now has different colors, and you know, the clay is different color. We didn't have concrete at that time. We only had clay. We were only, you know, working, well, and at that time it was called clay. It wasn't called terracotta. We were only working with this. We didn't have these ones. So eventually I want to get in and replace those colors, because even after we finished her, I was like, fuck, she looks like she has 5 o'clock shadow, you know? It works out for what she is and whatnots, but I definitely, after that update, I was like, oh, eventually one day we're gonna fix that and just replace all of that color with a slightly lighter color, because it's just supposed to be giving shadowing, kind of like how her hair is really, worked out really nicely. It's, this is her hair color, and then the light's shining on her, but it just looks like she's got a 5 o'clock shadow. So that's definitely a pixel that we had always planned on fixing. Also, they had done an update to where in creative, um, certain things that have a temperature or a reaction will cause the reaction, whereas beforehand that wasn't the case. That's how I was able to put an ice block next to magma. This is lava blocks, and usually you shouldn't be able to put it next to it and not have it be regular, but see, like this one melted, and as many times as I try to fix it, it still melts. So essentially I'm gonna have to go and I have to find a new item that's this, and I already know what I'm gonna replace it with. I'm going to do the stained glass. It'll be super simple. I'll do probably the white, or maybe this light gray. I'll just basically see which one looks the best, but that will definitely be the one I'll most likely use. But I also would have to look and see, because like, there's been so many different updates, like, shit, it's the sort of thing that I may even just, like, try to find this pixel again and redo the whole thing, because I feel like we could make her dress more vibrant with some of the other colors. Although it is the wool. The wool is pretty red. That's the one that we're holding right now. Nah, her dress is good. Her dress is pretty, but her skin definitely can be improved on. Pixels are so cool, but you see how when we got close, you could see the textures and all the different things. And basically how pixels works, the further away you get, the more defined they get. Especially with these crude ones, like there's more defined pixels, and then there's pixels that are not defined as much. She's not as defined as that. That has very clear lines and everything. Like that's Thumper from Bambi. Man, I love pixels. And I love that I have my custom ones. Pixelstitch.net. Seriously, one of the best sites that I've ever fucking found. And I also love, like, this was a happy accident. So I wasn't necessarily trying to have her be that deep down in the ground, but I love how it essentially looks like she's coming out of the ground. So it's a fucking wicked ass Jack Skeleton Hello Kitty with her little zero coming out of the ground, and then I put a flower next to it. I did a pixel of the I forget the name of it, but it's the blue flower. We also need to fill this spot. That used to say stay, but that was at the beginning of Club Cottontale. I would tell people to stay hashtag moist, but saying stay hashtag moist seems just wrong, because to be moist is to be 100% yourself, and to tell someone to stay 100% themselves just seems wrong. I like to say strive to be 100% yourself. That is much better. And especially for someone like myself that deals with behavioral disorders, striving to be yourself is a daily thing. Just constantly reminding yourself what you like, what you dislike, and, letting yourself evolve, understanding that your tastes and interests are going to evolve in life. If they don't, honestly, there's something wrong. Like, I'm happy when I have, like, a new passion or something that pops up that I just think is fucking cool that maybe I never had interest in before. I came across a lot. I mean, for fuck's sake, you guys. If I didn't have that concept, we wouldn't play Fortnite. Think about that for a moment. If I didn't constantly try new things and evolve in life, I would have never tried Fortnite, because when I first saw Fortnite, I liked the look of it. I loved everything about, and I still love that. I love everything about the way it looks, because it's just fighting but cute. I love everything about that. But I didn't want to, it just seemed monotonous to me. I was like, it's like Hunger Games. I'm like, I made that face. I was like, and then I finally played, and, well, the rest is history, I guess, right? I would be on Fortnite right now if my hands weren't being so intense. Like, just moving around here in Minecraft is exacerbating my carpal tunnel, so. But this meeting, whereas I am working on the rainbow box, it's not 100% about that, because anytime that I have a meeting of my channel, my Club of Kottontales, I'm Kottontale is Mooiisstt on YouTube. Welcome to my Club of Kottontales. Club Kottontale if you're nasty. But I come here to just chill, chat, hang out with me, myself, and I, and anyone else that happens to come by. And this meeting in particularly exists because I have so many thoughts and feelings in me. Like, the brains are just, we're running through a fucking moist ass swampy forest in my brain, and we're just like light as air on top, just like like so many thoughts and feelings, and all over the place, like happy, anxious. Like, we have a lot of anxiousness and stuff for moving, but I'm also really excited and thankful for new connections. And they all seem, even, Lucas, who gives me, like, there's just something, I don't know, like, it's the sort of thing, if they ended up being a catfish, I wouldn't be surprised. And I hope that doesn't offend them, because that could be, they could be exactly who they say they are. And when I meet them, and kind of tell them, because I'm very honest, so I'm going to tell them that I had that anxiousness. It could offend them, and I'll take that with a stride. But I don't know, like, come in. For anyone that deals with vertigo, you might want to look away, because I'm going to drop down the tower. Wheels. I'm glad I was a bit high for that. LOL. I know dropping down the tunnel can be. That's why I always like, I try to let people know, like, if you got vertigo or anything like that, like, the next part is about to be intense. I can't wait to move. Alright, hey! Wow, it kind of looks like a fucking RoboCop's visor with the little slit. I definitely can't wait till this is encapsulated. It will be quite lovely. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday morning. This is simply put some Sunday morning content. My controller is a bitch mother, but that's okay. We will work with it. Hopefully. Ah! Oh, oh. Let's go. Because it's exactly 2. I can get her. Ah, yes, there we go. And let's have her actually. Got all up in her grill. There we go. Now we scrouch down and we can't fall off. I feel like this will be easier. Especially because it's only 2 of it left. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, it's almost 9 a.m. for me, so I imagine. Great day ahead. It's beautiful. I mean, Pacific Northwest, like, for, for me, an overcast day is beautiful. Not everyone has that concept. I definitely think that, like, living in the Pacific Northwest a good portion of your life, you develop the love for all things kind of gloomy-ish. Okay, we wanna position this into a way that it will do both of them. Yeah. Oh. Damn. My controller is so fuckered. Alright. Do it that way. Lean myself up against the side of it. That's what I was doing last time, but since there was only 2 spots, I was like, come on. Hey. I think, yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure the pink down below is also finished. I had done, because a lot of it I did offline. I come and play. Minecraft is just relaxing. Oh man, it's like RoboCop visor for sure. Just with that like slit. It just have to be silver, not red. But yeah, no, a huge portion of what I'll want to make sure I do is um, packing and stuff when it's just me and Rainbow in the house. So I'll be utilizing my mornings with her before her dad gets home from work. Come on, get. There we go. Oh man. Because, like, just now even, he wanted to toke, which I obliged. I don't have to because it's my medicine, and for him, it's just a recreational thing. Um, I don't ever have to share that, and I will, because sometimes it's nice to toke with another person, or whatever. But then, to be rude to the person, while you're hanging out. It's just like, come on, like what the fuck. And I all I did was ask a simple question about my HBO Max, because I gave him the money, you guys, for my HBO Max, and told him, you know, when when it was going to come out and everything. And he's like, oh yeah, no, it'll be good. And then he pulled all of the money out of his account to where he had no money in the account. And that's stupid. We have so many bills that are on auto pay. For you to pull your money out of the account is just really stupid. But that's just it. That's another reason why I can't wait to be moved. Like he's still gonna budget horribly and everything like that. But especially after we're divorced, he'll uh he'll have a court order to have to pay child support and spousal support if it's needed for me because I can't work. When he met me, he knew that I would eventually be um, disabled to the point that I couldn't work. Because I was working and I shouldn't have. That's one thing that, I'll probably have to deal my whole life with is that all of the years that I worked because I knew I needed money, the jobs that I did, they made my mental and physical attributes worse. And that's just so fucking difficult. But because I can't work and then still need money for certain things, that's where spousal support comes into play. I know, it's going to be a very busy couple months because this month I'm getting moved, but next month we have to be filing our divorce before the end of next month, or we won't be divorced before summer like we want. So, because for anyone that hasn't gotten divorced, essentially how it works is from the moment that you file the fee, and the fee here in Washington is 314, which is so crazy because 314 is pi, and pi has been a very distinct thing in our relationship. Like literally, there's a pi pixel in here, like. But any whoosies, so it just tickled me inside that to file for divorce, it's $314. But once we have all our paperwork ready and such, we go and we file that fee. Once we file that fee, 90 days from that day that we pay that fee, we'll be divorced. And I'm so ready. Sings in Frozen, I'm so ready for this change. This is going to be one of the best legs of my life's journey. I just already know. Because I'm going to get to live with my best bitch, my best friend Michelle, and get to see my fairy goddaughters every day. Maybe not every day, but potentially every day. Um, my daughter will almost always have someone to play with if she wants to. I imagine that because I like to keep to myself. I like to hang out with people, but I also like my me time. I like to have, a good balance of it. It's just, in recent years, I've had a lot of me time. um, just where I don't have anybody to talk to and stuff like that. So I'm glad that in the last few years, I definitely have been getting more consistent conversation. And, I do have a handful of friends that uh, damn near message me every day. Like, I hear from my best duder at least once a week, if not every day. Ooh. Okay, definitely stick to doing it from the bottom. Lining myself up like that. There we go. Definitely glad that I chose to do this over some Fortnites though, because my hands, I think that in all honesty, I'll see how it feels when I start doing that one, but I was gonna say I just finished the red ones, and then um, may call that good, cause it's not good to let my hands get too numb. And I'm gonna take a break after I do this little oscillation because my hands are getting really numb. I can't feel my thumbs. Carpal tunnel's a bitch, and I need to get so. I have these braces that I wear at night. They both look like this, so there's no reason to grab the other one. But the Velcro's starting to wear a bit, and it comes undone sometimes. Or I have, and this happens more often than not, I need to use the restroom. And you can't use the restroom with your braces on, so you take them off, and then I lay back in bed, and I don't put them back on. And I'm supposed to wear those every night. And really, I'm supposed to wear one on my right wrist, a daytime one. Oh, good. We were on the last one. Sweet. They make you feel put together. Hashtag Mooiisstt. Welcome to Club Kottontale. I love it. It's so Buddhist. Broken girls. Hashtag no shame underneath. Purple and green, of course. Yeah, man. This world, pixel play, this world's amazing. It's relaxing. It's wonderful. Give my hands a little bit of a break. Oh, man. I do. I think it'll be perfect. We'll finish that purple top, hopefully. Like, I'll see how my hands feel after a couple minutes here. Because I'm not ready to end the meeting yet. Oh, I still have a lot of chaotic thoughts and feelings in the brains, and it's not warm enough for me to go out in my backyard and do some stretch and yoga yet. Alright, man. I'll see you when you return if I'm still here. Um, what I'll probably do, and it seems most likely, is I'll utilize this little space right over here that's like just bigger than a yoga mat, so it's perfect for stretching. If you have space enough for a yoga mat, you have space enough to stretch and even do a bit of cardio. That you don't need a lot of space to stay active. If you want to do more extravagant things, like for me, I love to dance, and when you dance, you move. So I was actually talking with my mermie the other day, yesterday, I think actually, about how I would love if in my dream home I would have a craft room and then I'd had a fitness room. And the fitness room would be majority just an open floor and then like 3 walls or mirrors with a ballet bar for stretching. Oh man, it'd just be stupendous. And I would have one wall have an adjustable ballet bar. I heard that those are things because it's for kids. You know, they grow and the ballet bar is going to, change as you get older. Because traditionally speaking, and this is why most ballerinas are between the heights of like 5'8" and 5'10", it's because ballet bars are a certain height and it's supposed to be a 90-degree angle when you put your leg up onto a ballet bar. And that's to give a proper stretch. Your leg should be at a, perfect 90-degree sort of thing. You know what? Just in case anyone is just joining me or has been with me incognitally, and anyone that just, doesn't hear the L word on a regular basis, if you happen to be here and at any point in time in my Club of Cottontails, I just want to know, or just want you to know, because I know, I fucking love you, Club Cottontail. You are seriously one of the most amazing things that I have ever created. Before my daughter came into existence, you wore the best thing I'd ever created. So, oh man, how's the hand feeling? Feeling okay? Yeah, we're halfway done with that one. I'm gonna do this one halfway as well. But I do think for my wrists that I should only do the red and then call it good. And I'm nicely medicated. I don't need to do that. Like, I could enjoy a toke and it would take away the anxiety I'm feeling from the fact that Rainbow's dad was rude to me. But I'm just gonna use my normal mindfulness, you know? Uh, for one thing, people tend to project their feelings onto other people when they can relate to it or it makes them feel a certain type of way. And that could be it, but it also could be that he just, doesn't like me, so he likes to be a jerk, but it is what it is. We'll use our mindfulness and be thankful that, this is second to last weekend. Like, next weekend will be my last weekend here. Because the 30th, that Saturday, is move day for me. And it's going to be crazy chaotic. I just already know. But it's going to be so nice when it's done. Never hurt. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. It will never work. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Beware of butterflies. They'll break your heart. Butterflies, butterflies, butterflies will break your heart. What if I What if I knew from the start? Maybe maybe I like to hurt sometimes. No, I mean, I feel like I can be a glutton for pain, but not, I'm being mindful and not anymore, no longer will I give someone that sort of power. I may be exhausted. Stop. So peaceful, so relaxing. My hands are still fucking going numb, so definitely I don't even know if I'll be able to finish the red. I want to finish at least these two side panels, but my right wrist especially is just not having it. And I did only have orange juice. I have my granola bars. It's so funny is I always always grab some to eat it, but then we don't. I'll probably eat it after the meeting. Eat that and either decide if I want to put some music on and do my stretches that way, or if I want to put a show on. Because a lot of the time you can put a show, especially a show that you've seen before, you can put that on so like when you're doing stretches where your head turns away from it or you're touching the ground, you know, so you're not looking at it, you're just listening. Um, I like to do that. I'm excited though, because I personally think that I'll be able to get everything that I really kind of want to get packed this week, and then we'll have Hosey Posey next weekend, and after Hosey Posey, we're going down to our new home, and I plan on loading up Cubert with some things, breakable things, and just, you know, some of the stuff that I've had packed for a while already. Because I'm going to get a U-Haul for all the big stuff. But I want to, next weekend when I go to my new place, I want to talk to Shelly and her husband. Because originally I was just going to have, use their trailer for everything. But I want to do both. So then I can just guarantee that everything gets moved, and if like one fails, I have the other hopefully. But I'm also hoping for the extra hands of Michelle and Josh, and maybe even Madison. But really, I'd be asking if Madison could come, not to help move boxes, but to just watch Rainbow. Otherwise, I'm just gonna put her in her high chair and, you know, fucking get boxes moved. It's gonna be the Saturdays. The Saturdays are gonna be at the extra busy days. This one wasn't because uh, Michelle's husband is sick and she didn't want to risk um, us getting whatever he had. So, but you know, luckily I have my therapy, which is down in Vancouver. So we just have to go, you know, a little bit more south. And I'll be able to get my measurements and stuff like that because it's really important that I see if my entertainment centers are going to be able to fit, kind of get an idea of where I want to put my bed. Also, they were doing renovations, so, you know, seeing if there's anything that I do need done to my rooms or my bathroom. Because I'm going to have a bathroom that has a sink and a toilet, which I'm super thankful for. That'll be nice in the middle of the night when you need to go pee, not have to go upstairs. And luckily it's not going to be, if I remember correctly, it's only like literally 5 stairs. Now there's some wonky stairs, but I had wonky stairs in this house, so I'm not worried about that. Come on. Da fuckity fuck fuck. Huh. Her fin on top of this red bit, it almost looks like a red, a square apple. Ah, fucking A. My controller is so, just like, slowly dying. Ooh, Mother's Day is coming up in a few months. Maybe I'll ask my mom for a new controller for Mother's Day. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Motherfucker. It's been dropped one too many times. Plus my wrist is not helping it whatsoever. The carpal tunnel's like, we're done with this. They're like, you may want to have your meeting where you can just chat, but you can't do no more of this. So I'm going to finish these, well, at least this panel. I don't even know if I'll be able to finish that one. Just because my hands are acting up something fierce. And then I'll decide if I want to enjoy a last Toka look with you guys or just chat a little bit before I officially say goodbye. So, of course, thank you to anyone that's been incognitally watching or, of course, watching this later on as posted content. Couldn't join in when we were live, so you're watching it later on, and I appreciate you for it. We had Wheels chatting with us for a bit, but he had to pop off, and I doubt that I'll be still streaming when he gets back. Damn it. Yeah, it's almost 9:30 a.m. for me, so good motherfucking morning on this Sunday morning. We're just having some Sunday morning content. I have been craving playing Minecraft, and I want to get this rainbow contraption box finished. And I mean, it's going to take a long time, especially, with my carpal tunnel. I'm at the beck and call of what my wrists and hands can handle, so I think that I'll be able to at least finish these two side panels. I wanted to try to finish all of the red, but I don't think that's feasible. If I could get this nice, beautiful flow on every single time I do it, maybe, but you don't always get that sexy flow like that, so let's go do this side panel. It's going to look awesome when it's all finished. And the top, I mean, I was thinking about going like crazy with it, but I think I might do something more simplistic. But I do want it to have a top. I want it to be a completely enclosed box. Oh, fucking it. Water is the best thing ever. You are mine. I just want attention. Ooh, I think instead of making myself some cider, I think I might do some hot cocoa. Oh. Oh yeah, definitely we're gonna finish this panel, and then I'll probably just say our goodbyes because I'm feeling good. We were able to get a lot of the thoughts and feelings out, anxieties for moving, and just excitement for moving because it's been a long time coming. I've been trying to get moved out and into a new place for over a year now. I moved into my own room inside the home that I own with Rainbow's father uh, just over a year ago. It's crazy to think that I've been in this room for a year, and all that time, and I'm glad that I at least got a little bit of stuff up, somewhat had it personalized to me. I can't wait to move because my new home will be so nicely established. I'll be able to unpack everything. That's something I never got to do here. I never got to unpack all of my things in this house. And that's just something that just kind of is a testament to how it was a fake relationship on their part because everything I put into it was real. But I don't ever have regrets, in same thing, no regrets here, but I do wish that we hadn't bought a home together. That's one thing. If I could change something of the relationship, I wish I hadn't bought a home with them. Everything else had to happen for our daughter to come into existence, but we didn't need to buy a home. It just make it's frustrating because it's got to get sold, and it's expensive to buy a home and sell a home, like straight up. So that's one thing that not looking forward to, but it will hopefully get sold either this year or next year, and we'll hopefully be divorced. We will be divorced this year, but hopefully we'll be divorced before summer. It all depends on, how first we got to file taxes, or I've been hearing, my mom told me that with the stimulus, because everyone got a $600 stimulus. You got 600 for yourself, and your child if you had one as well. Now my mom said that they did rate that is getting raised to the 2000, so everyone that got 600 has 1400 more dollars coming to them. But I've been hearing that that also is going to be for the child, to where the kid gets $2,000. I'm just like, that seems so ridiculous. And my mom said that, like, Biden had said that he wants to help people get out of their holes they're in. That's why that's his logic on giving, not just the adults but the child too. I think 600 per child is more than enough. If they really want to raise it, I mean, raise it to 1,000. It does not need to be two fucking thousand per child, but whatever. I'm just thankful for anything that comes, because any Moonie that we do have that can be utilized for moving, and especially the divorce, like, because we need to hire a paralegal to help us with the paperwork. And then I figure it'll be like, and I always like to be realistic, so I figure, and my father-in-law says that that won't happen, but I say about 1,000 for a paralegal. I like to be over type of thing, and then we need 314 for the actual divorce. So I figure $1,500 to file for divorce. Um, and if that doesn't all use all of that, then you have leftover money, and that's awesome. But I can't wait. Now, if you have an issue with like vertigo or just like things moving past you, like sometimes I look away from the screen too when I'm falling and stuff like that. But I'm going to drop down this awesome little rainbow tube that I have. So definitely look away if that is not something that you're trying to have happen to you. Whee! Alright, motherfuckers. So, I want to say thank you to anyone that's been joining me for this Sunday morning content. It is almost 9, it's literally 9:29. Oh, 9:29 a.m. So, very much a good motherfucking morning from me to you, but good afternoon and good evening to all the wonderful Cottontales around the world. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday or whatever day it is for you. I am most definitely going to enjoy my Sunday. So yeah, until next time, which only the universe truly knows when I'm going to make more content. So until then, and always, be kind to yourself and everyone else. And we'll see you next time. Bye.